Mr. Ian, thank you very much for coming here.
No problem.
I heard that it's this fifth time in Las Vegas.
Yes, we do enjoy it as a holiday vacation. So
is that some sort of a company retreat or something?
No, we're just best friends that also work together. So it just so happens we go on holiday together because we're friends as well as colleagues.
Do you want to introduce those two boys that are here?
Yeah, so we've got Doug and we've got Tim. Doug and Tim have come out to Vegas with us.
They're not going to appear on camera, but they can participate if they want.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your production line or about your company? Because what I learned, it's a bit hard for me to learn from the distance. Of course, we've been working together for almost 2 years now.
Sure.
And I think we are the only ones, or maybe one or two people who carry your stuff here in the United States.
Yes.
But I know that you guys have another company that make events.
Yes, so we started off with Think Scale Electric events.
Okay.
So we started off just doing like corporate events, birthday parties, weddings, all that sort of thing. So people could hire us, would turn up with a Scale Electric's digital track. It started off very, very basic. It was pretty much a track. You were lucky if you got one pit building and maybe a little tiny sign. And as the years went on, we just slowly developed our model making skills, and now when we turn up with one of our mobile tracks, it's covered in trees, buildings, all our magnetic racing products, so that's how the business started. But
when you guys decided, was like right now you're here in Tree, but I heard there's another guy.
Yes, so
part of the team.
Yes, we've got a guy, a part-time guy at home at the moment. He didn't come to Vegas with us.
Okay, part-time vacation too. So
that's it. Yeah. Dave is holding the ship as we're away, actually.
Okay.
So doing all the orders and all that sort of stuff for us.
So let's call right now and see if he picks up. Let's see. Let's do a test.
That's it.
So you guys decided to, like, you guys were just racing as fun or having it as a hobby?
No, actually, we're actually driving instructors as well. So we've got a driving school.
Okay.
And 2012.
What kind of a driving school? Like just
learners. So learning to drive cars.
Okay.
So in 2012, we like, how can we excitingly advertise our driving school? So we went online and spent about £1,500. What's that, about $2,000, something like that, on a big track. Made a set of minis into our driving school with like the roof, like the L plates on and all our livery on the cars, and we thought we could use it to advertise our driving school. But as I made our driving school website, I thought, well, I'll make a website for the track and see if I can get my money back. The $2,000 we'd spent on it, let's see if somebody else wants to hire it for the same purpose. We've never used it to advertise the driving school, never. Because straight away we started doing birthday parties, corporate stuff, weddings, and it's become a business of its own. And then about 5-6 years ago, was it, Doug? We did our first custom build.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
So basically a company that had used us for an event said, we love this. Can you build us one that stays here? Because obviously when we do events, it's 4 or 5 hours. We pack it up, we take it away. And they're like, we want it. We want to keep it. I'm like, well, we'll make you one if you want. And it was only an 8x4 like figure of 8. But they loved Lego as well. Okay. So we incorporated Lego. So the bridge was Lego. There was a Lego pond with a Lego scuba diver, a Lego billboard, with a Scale Electric's digital figure of 8 on it. And that's where our custom build started with thinkscaleelectric.co.uk. So we started building tracks for them, for people.
Okay, but let me pause you here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm rambling. No.
There's a big difference about in between a guy who just decided to rent tracks and do birthday parties to what you guys do right now. You have a very artistic side of that you're not covering it. Who is the artist? Who is the one cutting pieces and painting pieces? Because you can have 3 driver coaches just to start to doing beautiful work out of nowhere, right? So can you explain me how this step was doing? Like, who was the talent guy who said, look, no, I can paint this bridge, I can paint those, I can do this. This is no effect here, because I know the things that you guys do.
Yeah.
This is not something that you just driving is good, teaching people how to drive 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, Doug's the artistic one. I mean, I think we both are a little bit, but Doug is massively more than I am.
Okay.
If you were to put a label on us both, Doug is the artistic one. I sort of make the foundations for him. I'll make like the base of the track, I'll make the base of the building, and then he'll make it pretty. He'll put the life into it. he'll put his touch on it. The same, I'll make the very basics of a mountain, and then he'll make it look like a mountain, you know? Is that how you'd see it, Doug?
Yeah, that's basically exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Quite well like that.
I'm sorry we don't have a second microphone or a third microphone.
Okay.
Maybe I should leave it, let you guys just tell the story.
That's basically how it works. I think we're quite quick learners, so and we're because we love it so much, we spend, even when we're not working, our spare time learning. Like
we're texting each other through the evening.
Yeah.
And even if we text each other ideas and how we can make it better, and we come up with all these weird and wonderful brainstorms, ideas.
We're working on a very, very exciting project at the moment for the Switzerland Tourist Board.
Well, I saw the track at the UK festival.
Yes.
So it's a new track.
A new one for them. So that was the second one we built for them. We're now building a third one.
You told me a story that you guys built the track and they didn't want to keep, so you charged them and you kept the track, something like that, right?
Yeah, so we built them the track, but we built it at a reduced price because they weren't keeping it.
Okay.
So they still spent a decent amount of money for this custom built rally stage. But because they had nowhere to store it afterwards, we've kept it and we've rented it out for events so people can hire it from us.
And all this part, the track building, the part that's ThinkScaleElectric, right?
ThinkScaleElectric.co.uk.
Okay,
yes.
That's and the other side of the business, the one that we sell here, magnetic racing.
Yes. So magnetic racing is the part of the business where we design kits for people to make themselves. So for example, we've got like the Dunlop Bridge from Le Mans. So we needed one for a track we were building. So once we designed and built it, we turned it into a product so other people could use it as well. So they very much work together, the ThinkScaleElectric and magnetic racing. They very much work together building sometimes unique buildings. Sometimes we love a building so much that we think, okay, we're going to release that and let people buy that as a kit. And then we go through the process of making it for the customers. Because when we build something for a one-off, it doesn't need instructions.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be easy to build. It doesn't need to have all that sort of stuff. So when we decide to make it a product, we have to then spend sometimes weeks, sometimes months developing it, building it 4 or 5 times, sending it off to our friends who don't work for us. Say, can you just build that for us? Just tell us what you think. And then they send it back and we're like, okay, we need to change this. We need to change this. Sometimes they come up with some really good ideas and we're like, how did we not think of that, you know?
And right now it's 50-50 magnetic racing and ThinkScaleElectric, or time consuming, not time.
Yeah, like I said, because they both work together, like the project we're working on at the moment, I've built a lighthouse for it. We're building a massive hotel for it, a row of Swiss shops.
And those are going to be available?
Those things, if we think that they would sell, then we would then take them further and sell them on. So a couple of train stations, because it's got some working trains on it. So,
nice.
And in different scales as well. So we've had to use O-scale trains, which are 1 to 48. Because 1 to 32 train is massive, and it almost looks too big sometimes.
Yeah.
So we've used it, and at the back, because it's at the back, it looks better. So we've built a 1 to 48 scale train station.
Are you familiar with slot mods here in America, in Michigan?
Very familiar.
Very familiar.
Great work.
They've beat it, yeah.
Yes.
I've been there. I never been to your office, but I've been to their factory, and they're super talented people. It's just like it's walking to Disneyland. It's literally is, because everything is so well done, and I believe that you guys have a similar method of working and the final product too.
Yeah.
And slot mods became very popular here, and a bunch of racing drivers, a bunch of like very wealthy people, and the pictures and the place that they position their tracks. It's just like amazing garages and amazing things like that. So is that something that you guys have in mind to trying to cover those?
Yeah.
Because I think it's a bit different in the UK. I don't think people have that much of space.
We have a lot less space in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes. For example, we built a track for Williams Formula One. We built a track for them.
I saw that. I saw Claire Williams racing that.
Yes. So we originally built them one, and then after about a year and a half, we decided to rebuild it. So we had to sell the original one, and trying to find somebody who has the space for a track that big. And we actually turned up to this huge mansion in Ascot, a really, really wealthy part of the UK, really big mansion. And even the rooms in his house it was a squeeze. It was a real squeeze.
Yeah.
So size is a problem.
But do you get like special orders like that? Look, I have this place. I need to build like the best track. Or
Yes, we delivered a track to Sweden back in 2018, and we built it. It was about 3 meters long, 1.8 wide, and he had a frame in his wall where it folded into the wall. So
the whole decoration comes down.
Yeah, the whole decoration, the whole lot just went into the wall, and we're like, we've never done like this before, so this has got to be stuck down extra strong.
Yeah, extra glue on that.
Extra glue, yeah. It was quite an exciting project actually, because obviously we couldn't just pop to Sweden to check the frame and to check stuff. It was very much reliant on measurements and stuff. So that was very cool.
And is that something that you guys have pleasure doing, like when it comes like a special project like that?
Love it. Yes, absolutely love
because
it.
Because I was there when you were putting together, you both guys were putting together the Swiss.
Yes.
I went to the UK festival a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Thank you for
the setting up.
Yeah, thank you for Shan and the Pendle guys.
Yeah.
And I saw you guys setting up, and I see how passionate you were putting together. I tried to help and say, you know what, let them do it. I tried to put the little how's it called, the little
the ski lift.
The ski lift.
Yes.
Yeah, the ski lift. So how does it work? And then I just see you putting together. And you're very fortunate to find that ski lift kit, right? Because that fits perfectly with the thing.
Yeah, it's a Swiss company. We found it online. We ordered it in, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on.
The track was made around that.
Yes.
So we had to order that in, see how much space it took, and then build the track.
I was a little worried because I couldn't get the track record on that. I tried, couldn't do it.
A track like that, though, I mean, sometimes it will sit in our warehouse for maybe a month before it's rehired, so it can get quite dusty, a little bit dirty. So as the weekend went on,
so
the racing
next weekend I'm gonna be there Sunday night.
That's
the last one.
The last race.
The last race with the clean tires, so I can try it.
Well,
I was the first one. It was a good time for the first one.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll have the new track there next year.
Yes.
The new track,
Yeah, it'll be the new one.
Yes.
So what do you think about the UK festival? Was that the first time that you attended?
Yes, first time we've attended. They do a Christmas market, a one-day show in December, but they don't have tracks. It's purely just like
I heard
sales.
about that. Yeah.
So we did that the December before. First time they'd done it after COVID for a couple of years.
I heard.
So we were supporting that, and we decided to take as much as we could. It was actually quite last minute. We decided to take the Alpine track, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We phoned them up and said, "Look, we've got this track. We'd love to show it. Have you got the space?" And they shuffled things around and they squeezed us in, which was nice.
But you guys are like 3 hours away from what's the name of the city again?
Gaydon.
Gaydon.
Yes, at the British Motor Museum.
British Motor Museum.
Yes.
So 3 hours away. It's kind of a
bit of a trek.
Yeah. And you guys are in South UK, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Close to what's the name of the city?
Probably Portsmouth, the nearest. Portsmouth, Southampton. Yeah.
They have a soccer team there.
Yes, they do.
A football team. Sorry.
Football team. That's it.
I'm from Brazil. I call football just because I'm living here. I call soccer. I know that has no sense. And what do you think about business-wise? Was the UK festival worth it for you guys?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big time.
Yeah. It's loads of sales of magnetic racing stuff. We had a range of containers that we released earlier in the year. So we've got the Deluxe Cafe where it comes with a little figure included. It's got all the benches. It's really, really deep. It's almost like a diorama in itself. Mm-hmm. We've got a Rick's Grill, which is a smaller version, a toilet block, some container offices. So we released all of those about 3 or 4 months before. And we sold so many of them.
You actually do sales over there, or is something that comes later in the week? You see the orders popping up on the website, or you think like at the site?
On the side,
on the side
people were taking them away, and we sold out of all the containers. We made more than we thought we needed, but we sold them all, and they've been very, very popular since we released them.
Very interesting, because I thought that the UK festival was more like networking and showing things around. I went to the Madrid Slot Forum, Slot Photo Madrid, and it was much more business, like people really selling it. You can see the money coming and going over the booths, and I didn't see that on the UK one. The UK one was most like a showcase of any means.
We sold, I think it was 184 units. Products.
Good weekend.
So,
considering that you're by yourself on Sunday, right?
Yes, I got left alone on Sunday.
You're left alone on Sunday. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yes.
That's pretty good. Are you guys? What's the plans? What's the plans for the future? Any more buildings? Are you planning to change to move a little bit to figures or other decoration stuff?
The figures side of it was more just because we needed figures for ThinkScale Electric UK. We decided to just put some on the side almost. It was almost like to I don't know, just make it easier for people to get everything in one place. And they were figures that we quite liked, so we sold them as well. But no, building wise, we've got a few projects on the boil at the moment because we're so busy with this ThinkScale Electric doing big projects like entire track builds. We don't have the time to churn out product after product for magnetic racing. Also because they take so long. We could turn out a building in a week, every week if we wanted to, but the quality probably wouldn't be there. The instructions wouldn't be as good. And I think it's really important to have the entire product, not just quickly releasing a product and then not having it in stock and it having issues and then having to do a Mark II version and a Mark III version. Yeah. We like to be able to release the Mark X version and it's ready.
Can you please do the Randy's Donuts building?
Which one?
The Randy's Donuts, right here in Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
The big one. Have you heard about it?
No.
The big donut.
Oh, you mentioned that at the show.
It's rounded, I know, but come on, you can do it. You guys can do it.
We can work it out, I'm sure.
That's pretty sure. Like,
I mean, Doug has got the picture of that, so.
Yes, it's in my album on my phone.
To-do list.
Okay. Have you noticed that donut is on one of the Ironmans, right?
Ironman. He sat in it.
Yes.
He sat in it. Yeah. So that's a pretty popular one here in America. Another one that we could use here, like it would be very popular, is the Pagoda from Indianapolis.
Yes, that's quite a structure, that one, isn't it?
And the Pagoda, actually, that's the third or fourth building. You can go right on the first one, which was a smaller pagoda.
Okay.
I think it was designed as a Japanese building because the person who sponsored was a Japanese racer or something like that.
Okay.
We need to do some research, but that's why it was a pagoda, and then they kept the pagoda because it became so popular.
Yes.
So the pagoda, the Randy's Donuts. What else you can catch from America? Don't bring nothing from Las Vegas. It's all fake. We're gonna sell the Eiffel Tower from Las Vegas.
We can do the Luxor. We'll do the Luxor.
The Luxor.
Yeah, we'll do that in 5 minutes.
It's just like a pirate. Yeah, you don't need that. I can do that myself with paper.
We had a few from around here that we went and looked at. We did an LA themed track for ThinkScale Electric.
Okay.
So we built that for a customer to go in his warehouse. So we built the Pier Burger, the restaurant Pier Burger on the Santa Monica Pier.
Okay.
The Coffee Bean,
the coffee
tea
bean.
leaf.
Okay.
So we built that. Moon Shadows. Moon Shadows further up into Malibu.
Oh, okay.
Into Malibu.
I know.
Celebrity hangout.
Yeah, I know.
And he asked us to build that.
There's a couple of buildings here that you can do.
We did the big Ferris wheel from the pier as well.
From the pier, Ferris wheel. Ferris wheel can be any Ferris wheel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It can be the Le Mans. Let's call it the Le Mans Ferris wheel.
Yeah, there we go. Let's release that and rebrand it.
Rebrand it. It's the same thing, same product. Just but here in LA, a couple of things like. Rainbow, the bar that is on Sunset Boulevard. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. But the Randy's Donuts.
Okay.
If you find a way to bring that,
bring it to life,
especially done and painted, that's gonna be a seller. I will have the Randy's Donuts on my track anytime.
Yeah. I mean, we do sell painted products on our website. You can order probably about a third of our products on the website. You can choose a painted option.
Yeah. I know.
It's a case of getting they take a while to make. They're all handmade, so it's none of it's like machine made. And
I know.
So it's all like a couple of weeks lead time. And if something's on the website that somebody wants that doesn't have a painted option, all they've got to do is email us and we can give them a price and a time limit. Anything's possible, and we're quite happy to paint anything.
That's good to know. Actually, I think. On our listings, we can have a price for the painting option and a lead time.
Absolutely,
we can talk about that because I think some people here prefer to have it ready to go.
Yes,
and as you know, there's more space. There's a lot of tracks. There's a lot of decoration, and people are investing in decoration. I think it's a big part of the hobby. And if you have those things ready to go and painted, that's could be a goal. Even because I know on sales that we sell a lot of those single sponsored billboards that you guys have, and they come pretty well. And we can comes here in one piece, believe it or not,
Yep.
and then we can ship it out and it gets there in one piece too. So
Yeah.
I think that's a great product, and I think if you start to offer stuff painted, even if it's by special order or something like that,
Yep.
we could sell much more.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
If
we
you guys
can.
have the patience to put it together.
Yeah, we do, absolutely.
It's time.
Time, yes.
It's time.
Yes.
Ian, thank you very much. What do you think about the store? Do you like the store?
Well, I love it. I wish there was more like this in the UK. I mean, the slot car hobby was a lot bigger before our time, I think, and hopefully it feels like it's getting bigger. It feels like people like Boone online.
What is the correct pronunciation for a Scalextric?
I'm not even going to try this, but Tim in the corner here can tell us. Come on, Tim.
What's Scalextric?
Scalextric.
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 Scalextric. Scalextric.
Oh, Lex. Scalextrics.
Scalextric.
So I can't even say
So if you guys don't know, I don't care anymore.
Slot cars. Slot cars.
But that's the thing. Like in the UK, slot cars are known by Scalextrics, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just like in Spain, because Spain kind of use the same brand. In Brazil, we have the Autorama brand,
Okay.
which is nobody knows about slot cars or
No.
coaches, Defender, whatever they call it in Spain, but it's Autorama.
Okay.
Here in America, we don't have one main brand, so we call slot cars.
Okay.
Yeah. And how did you grow up playing with slot
Oh,
cars?
I'd Scalextrics as a kid. Yeah, I remember my dad had one, and it was like his when he was younger. He was in the army, and I remember he set it up at the office. So we were living in Germany at the time, and he set it up at work, and he made this.
Whoa.
Sorry, yeah,
Whoa.
I'm going way too far ahead.
When you mix Germany and military, you need to pause and thinking about the year. What year was that? It was the 80s, right?
80s. Yes.
So you're kind of, where were you?
In Germany.
But where?
Oh, in Hamer, near Dortmund.
Okay, so that's past, Cold War and.
Oh yes, like just before the first Gulf.
Okay.
Yes. So my first memory of Scalextrics was him setting up this huge track in this office that he had at work, and me and my sister would go in and play on it until it broke, and then he'd fix it again. 'Cause he was a mechanical engineer.
The reliability of those cars in the past hurts us now.
Yes.
Because people think, oh my God, that's gonna break. It's gonna take 5 laps and it's gone.
That's it.
Right now, it's much more reliable. So
Yes, massively so.
So what happened on the 60s and 70s and 80s is hurting us right now.
Yes. And then me and Doug, when I met Doug at school, when I came back from Germany, I met Doug. We set it up at his house many a times, up and down. He had a huge.
How old do you guys know each other?
Since about 12.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 50 years ago?
27 years. There you go. 27 years.
I know we had it weathered very well.
Yeah, well, in Brazil, we say that the person was welding without a mask.
Yes.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's my early memories of Scalextrics. So then when we came up with the idea of it, this massive crate of $2,000 worth of Scalextrics turned up at my door.
Okay.
And we're like, okay, we're going to just fill my flat. And we just played on it for about 2 days. And then, okay, how do we turn this into a business?
Well,
and here we are.
In the UK, it's very similar to the East Coast here because it's a home activity. And when you have the snow outside and you have the winter time, you can set up a track and have fun inside at home.
Yeah.
In California, it's a little bit different because, of course, we have this 72 and sunny almost every single day of the year.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the reasons that in the UK it's very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
That's my van without the catalytic converter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they installed the van and he just installed the ignition. That sounds like they finally installed the ignition.
There you go.
Yeah. So what I was telling you is that it's different here for California because we have this very good weather. And in the UK on the east coast of the United States, you have snow and you have bad days of winter, so it's like a home activity and you can market that way. You can market for people to race and you have customers here. If you go to November, December, when it starts to get cold, back in the East Coast, we sell much more to those guys, and they keep buying until it hits March, and then they can finally go outside.
Yes.
And then they stop talking about slot cars, and they'll be back by the end of the year.
Yeah,
so
we very much have that. We definitely have a spike as it goes into winter, and then it calms down a little bit as we go into summer. As people venture outdoors,
even for the special events and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we do a lot in the summer, but it's definitely busier in the winter. But yeah.
Very nice.
Yes.
Ian, thank you very much for coming.
No problem. I'm looking forward to getting out and having a go on your track.
Okay, of course. I can give you a car.
Good. Is it a good one?
Yeah, that's the car that Philippe de Lespinaille raced. Actually, it's autographed by him. If you don't know, Philippe is the author of the book.
I'll do my best not to crash it.
Yeah, so that's the car. That's the car that he raced the Nationals. It's very good. So you can go with this.
Thank you very much.
And I can give you a controller.
Awesome.
Ian, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Thank you.